Success is often measured by wealth, prestige, or societal acclaim. But what if true success lies in the relentless pursuit of knowledge against insurmountable odds? Today, we explore the extraordinary life of John Duncan, a humble Scottish weaver whose passion for botany transcended adversity and left an indelible mark on the scientific community. John Duncan was born in 1794 in Stonehaven, a small fishing village on Scotland's northeast coast. His mother, a woman of notable strength and resilience, eked out a living weaving stockings and laboring in the fields during harvest time. As an illegitimate child, an indelible stigma in the rigid social fabric of the era, Duncan faced societal ostracism from the very beginning. Stonehaven, nestled between the North Sea and the Grampian Mountains, was a place where the elements dictated existence. The community grappled with poverty, and the Duncans were no exception. Despite these hardships, his mother's unwavering dedication provided a foundation of perseverance and moral fortitude that would shape his character. From an early age, Duncan exhibited a fearless curiosity. At the age of 10, he accomplished a feat deemed impossible by local lore. He climbed the sheer cliffs to the ancient Dunnottar Castle, a fortress with origins tracing back to the early Middle Ages. This wasn't merely a boyish adventure. It was a manifestation of his indomitable spirit and a metaphor for his approach to life's challenges. Dunnottar Castle, steeped in history from Pictish settlements to its role in the Scottish Wars of Independence, became a sanctuary for Duncan. Exploring its ruins ignited his fascination with history and the natural world, fostering a connection that would influence his scientific pursuits. Circumstances forced Duncan into labor at a young age. By 12, he was employed as a cattle herder for a local farmer known for his harsh temperament. Exposed to Scotland's unforgiving weather, Duncan endured relentless rain and cold. Upon returning, drenched and shivering, he was barred from the warmth of the hearth due to his employer's rigid beliefs about Sabbath observance and propriety. Sleeping in a damp outbuilding, he often went to bed in wet clothes, rising the next day to repeat the cycle. These grueling conditions tested his physical limits, yet they also cultivated a profound resilience. Immersed in nature during solitary hours, he began observing the fauna and flora, noting the endurance of plants like himself against the elements. Denied a formal education, a privilege scarce among the rural poor, Duncan remained illiterate into his mid-teens. Unwilling to accept this limitation, he embarked on a self-directed quest for literacy at 16. Neighbors offered assistance, but it was a 12-year-old schoolgirl whose patience and instruction proved pivotal. She would sit beside him at his loom, guiding his finger across the text, helping him decode words and construct meaning. This earnest pursuit of knowledge under such humble circumstances exemplifies the autodidactic spirit that propelled many self-taught scholars of the era. Literacy unlocked access to the broader scientific discourse, vital for his development in botany. Duncan's engagement with the natural world deepened as he honed his observational skills. His initial botanical endeavors involved collecting rushes, specifically species within the genus Juncus, to extract pith for lamp wicks. This practical task evolved into a systematic study as he noted phenotypic variations among species, documenting them with remarkable precision. Without access to academic resources, he procured Nicholas Culpeper's Complete Herbal, a text blending herbal medicine and astrology. Despite its archaic and often erroneous content, it provided a foundational understanding of plant properties. Duncan systematically corrected misinformation through empirical observation, aligning his practices with the scientific method established by contemporaries like Sir Joseph Banks. Personal tragedy struck when Duncan's wife abandoned him and their two daughters. Her descent into alcoholism and vagrancy, a reflection of widespread social issues exacerbated by the Industrial Revolution, left an indelible scar. The abandonment subjected Duncan to further social stigma, as marital discord was harshly judged in Victorian society. Amidst these hardships, he found refuge in his botanical studies. The disciplined collection and analysis of plant life provided structure and solace. His dedication during this tumultuous period underscores the profound role that scientific inquiry can play in personal resilience. Despite his isolation from formal institutions, Duncan's relentless pursuit of botanical knowledge did not go unnoticed. Through interactions with professional gardeners and informal networks, he expanded his expertise. By his 40s, he had achieved a level of proficiency that paralleled formally trained botanists. He amassed a herbarium containing over 400 specimens, including several rare and regionally endemic plants. His meticulous records detailing habitat, phenology, and morphological characteristics contributed valuable data to the field. Duncan's work exemplifies the citizen science movement, predating the term but embodying its principles. The Industrial Revolution wrought profound changes in textile manufacturing. Handloom weavers like Duncan were displaced by mechanized looms, leading to widespread unemployment and destitution. Economic analyses indicate that by the 1850s, wages for handloom weavers had declined by approximately 70% compared to pre-industrial levels. Duncan faced these challenges head-on, albeit with significant personal cost. He continued his craft despite diminishing returns, supplementing his income through agricultural labor when necessary. His invention of a pocket sundial, accurate to within 8 minutes, reflects his application of scientific knowledge to practical problems, a hallmark of resourcefulness amid adversity. In 1877, educator and social reformer William Jolly discovered Duncan's plight. Recognizing the significance of his botanical contributions, Jolly published an account in the People's Journal, highlighting Duncan's expertise and impoverished circumstances. The response was swift and generous. Contributions from across Britain amounted to over £300, a considerable sum, equivalent to nearly £40,000 today when adjusted for inflation. Esteemed organizations, including the Botanical Society of Edinburgh, acknowledged his work. Letters from luminaries such as Charles Darwin expressed admiration, with Darwin referring to Duncan as a fellow naturalist whose zeal surpasses circumstance. John Duncan passed away peacefully in 1881 at the age of 87. His legacy endures through his substantial contributions to Scottish botany. His herbarium, donated to the University of Aberdeen, remains a vital reference for taxonomic and ecological research, offering insights into 19th century flora and environmental conditions. Moreover, the scholarships and educational funds established from his bequest have fostered scientific inquiry among young scholars. His life's work exemplifies the impact that dedicated individuals can have on their disciplines, irrespective of formal recognition or academic affiliation. Duncan's story resonates today as an embodiment of the power of passion-driven scholarship. His approach to botany, combining rigorous observation with detailed documentation, aligns with modern scientific practices. Current researchers emphasize the value of his specimens in understanding species distribution shifts due to climate change. His life also highlights systemic issues related to access to education and the undervaluation of manual laborers' intellectual contributions. Duncan serves as a case study in discussions of social mobility, the democratization of knowledge, and the importance of supporting amateur scientists. John Duncan's journey challenges conventional narratives of success. Devoid of wealth or status, he achieved a form of immortality through his unwavering commitment to botany. His life invites us to reconsider how passion, curiosity, and perseverance define true accomplishment. In an era where information is readily accessible, Duncan's self-education under formidable constraints stands as a testament to human potential. May his legacy inspire us to pursue knowledge relentlessly, to recognize the value in every observation, and to contribute meaningfully to our fields of endeavor.